Yeah, check, people. Ranks, Chronicles. We're back at it. We about to chop into tonight. Let me see if I can get this, sort this out real quick. Yeah, we trying to do a little, get a little insight on this guy Tate, Andrew Tate. I know some of y'all probably heard about him. Some of y'all probably haven't. But pretty much is this dude, for those who know about it, who don't know about him, it's a guy, he was like an MMA fighter. And then he just came this overnight social media success, you know what I mean? Entrepreneur guy, whatever. Just flying around the world. Got a podcast. He doing a lot right now. He's just all over the place. If you don't know, just type his name in Google or YouTube. You'll get a rundown on it. But recently, him and his brother been arrested. They said for human trafficking and that kind of stuff. But there's a lot going on, and like I said, I've been getting little snippets here and there. I've been kind of, following him, not really following him, but just kind of checking in on a couple of videos I see that pop up with him on my like my news feed or whatever. And prior to him, they getting arrested and stuff, I've been kind of watching him. I've seen him put on a couple of podcasts that I watch. I've seen him show up on as a guest, whatever. But anyway, let me check this out and see what they're talking about, because I think they're still locked up right now. They ain't being released. I think they denied them bail or something. It's almost a month now, I think, since they got arrested. But let me see. What's the latest, man? Because it's always something. So let's see what's the latest with this saga right here. All right, let's go. Blow that up. And here we go.
This video where apparently Andrew Tate is speaking with the journalist. This happened last week or so, and he's pointing out that something on the floor. So the video is very short, but you can see Andrew Tate talking to the journalist and at the same time raising his eyebrow, looking at the floor as if indicating that something is there, as if motioning.
Huh. This is kind of short. There's a short clip of whatever. Okay. So like I said, they had him they've been locked up for a while already. And those who know, Andrew, he's bald. He's bald headed, He keeps his head bald. So I guess that fresh grown hair already grew up on him already. He been in there like almost a month. That new growth. That new growth done got to him. He already bearded up. Well, he keeps his beard and stuff, but okay, so I don't know. It looked like they was moving him for a hearing or something. I don't know. Taking him to court or something. But anyway, let's see what else they're talking about.
Hey, look at that. Pick that up or something. So, you know that the brother did exactly the same with this letter, and we have shared this information. So we don't know 100% because we haven't seen anything from the news talking about an Andrew Tate letter, but people are pointing out to this strange behavior, and we are wondering what that is. So if you know anything, let me know. If I missed something, otherwise please
Huh. From what it seemed like they're trying to pass letters. I mean, like, get letters out to these folks, to the lawyers or something, for them to look at it. I don't know. It's kind of weird the way they trying to look like they're trying to communicate, like writing notes or something. That's kind of sketchy. That's kind of weird. But yeah, it's a lot going on, man. I'm gonna try to keep following it and see if we can break this down together. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come up in the comment section and let me know if y'all mess with Andrew and or whatever, man. Cause it's personally, if you ask me, I think he got hemmed up on a bunch of trumped up charges and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it just seems like it's a lot going on, for real, for real. And all right, let me see. All right, here's one like a longer video of him, like what he's about and stuff. Let's go ahead and see what he's talking about on this one, because this is like a longer video. All right, come on, load up. This is like a longer.
I was thinking for a long time how to start this video, because it needs to be concise and compelling.
All right, here we go. Let's do this. Whoops. Let me go back to the video. Y'all already know how this thing go, yo. This technology, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of ins and outs, a lot of learning curves.
But I also want it to be very, very comprehensive. And I guess the best place to start is at the beginning. There's been many different versions of my life story, which have been put on the internet as of late and from many years ago. But I'm going to give a very, very quick overview of my story. My life has always been difficult. I've certainly had a difficult life. I preach to the people who follow me that, as a man, trauma and difficulty is extremely important because it's the building blocks for mental fortitude and physical fortitude. So I'm very, very happy that my life has been difficult, because it's impossible to become a capable man or a man of my capability without struggling with facing serious adversities.
Okay, look like we stumbled upon a piece of a gem right here, because it looked like he running down a synopsis of his life and the way why he is the way he is. You know what I'm saying? So this should be pretty good. This I've never seen this. I haven't seen this before, so this is good. This is fresh for me. So yeah. But anyway, let's follow and see what he's talking about. But this is the guy right here. If, you know, like I said, this is before he get locked up. Obviously, you see he got a fresh shaved bald head, and the one I just showed before with him with the new growth is him being locked up almost a month already. They arrested him, like I said, on some human trafficking charge, whatever. But anyways, just let's see what he's talking about.
About trying to overcome often insurmountable odds. I grew up in south side of Chicago. I'm obviously a person of color. I was bullied in school to a degree, and my father always taught me to stick up for myself. I was never allowed to run and cry to authority. I was told that if someone wants to mess with you or come at you, you can't always go tell the teacher. Sometimes you have to deal with it. I was actually picked on by these two kids when I was riding the school bus home. I think I was around 5 and they were around 7. They were a bit older than me, and they used to pick on me on the school bus. They'd sit behind me, throw things at me, hit me, etc. And I came home and I told my dad about it. I said, Dad, these two kids are picking on me every single time I get the school bus. I don't know what to do. And my dad said, I'm not going to call the teacher because the teacher ain't on the bus. I'm not going to call the school bus driver because they're busy driving. Son, if you want to deal with this, you're going to have to deal with it yourself. And I said, but Dad, they're bigger than me. What do you want me to do? There's 2 of them and they're bigger than me. And at the time, I'd just come home from school and I was holding a lunchbox. My dad pointed and said, you have a lunchbox, son? Teach him. So weeks had passed. It was a few weeks.
That's that old school upbringing right there. You know what I'm saying? So I already see, he came up on some bullying stuff. And you already know Pops is, Pops probably is his old school, whatever. More than likely, Gen X, whatever, you know what I mean? Raising him as a little boy, and he called his Pops Tom, but hey, these guys mess with me, bullying me, whatever, Pops was like, yo, I don't care if they're bigger than you, you got a lunchbox. You already know what time it is. You got to smack these cats upside the head with the pow. Ain't no time for games, man. You got to, yeah. Nowadays, you got, then why you complain to the teacher ain't doing nothing. Then why you take it to the principal, they ain't doing nothing. Before you know, your kid done commit suicide because of bullying, or your kid done whatever. Yeah, back in them days, that's how it was, man. You had to fight the bully. That's how you conquer the bully. You have to fight him. Ain't no complaining, telling the teacher, bump that.
They kept picking on me, and I felt myself sitting there getting more insecure, and the rage was boiling inside of me. And one day, one of them slapped me in the side of the face from behind. I was sitting in the chair. He slapped me in the face from behind. And instantly, I don't know what it was, but this was the day I had enough, and I turned with my lunchbox and swung it over the back of the school bus chair and caught him and busted his eye clean open. Plastic Batman lunchbox. Hit him in the eye, and blood started squirting everywhere. All the children started screaming. And as I did this, the bus had just come up to a stop. It was a few stops before my stop, but it had stopped. And as the bus stopped and the screaming happened, I just got up and I just ran off the bus and ran home. I've never run so fast or so far in my life. I was full of adrenaline. I just ran. When I got home, I had blood on my clothes. My dad looked at me. He said, "What happened?" And I said, "That kid," I won't say his name. I said his name at the time. I said, "That kid, he hit me in the face." And I had enough of him getting hit in the face. And I was still holding the lunchbox, but it was all smashed up where I hit him with it.
Put the Batman box to work.
He said, "Don't worry, son. Get in the car." We got in the car. We went to Walmart. We walked up and down the aisle. And he looked and picked up another lunchbox, an exact replica of the same blue Batman lunchbox. Gave it to me and said, "I'll buy you as many of these as you need." And that was the last we spoke of him. Funnily enough, I never saw that kid again. I don't know if he changed schools. I don't know what his parents did. But I never saw that child again. So, even from a very, very young age, I was taught that going to authority and crying and hoping someone else is going to fix your problems is not the way a man should conduct himself. When I left...
Yeah, man. As a man, you know what I'm saying? It's people don't understand. As a man, you gotta. That's why they always say, "Oh, man up." And it's crazy because, you know, in the society we live in now, they still to this day they want men, when men get in serious, difficult situations, for a man to deal with it. They always have this saying, "Oh, man up, be a man, take it like a man, you know, man up." But then on the flip side, you know, they want to chastise men for being men. They, you know, society now want to talk about toxic masculinity and all this crazy stuff. But if a man get caught in a jam, the first thing it says, "Oh, man up. You're a man. You're a grown man." You know what I mean? It's like, you can't win, bro. Double-edged sword.
Chicago. I moved to Luton, England, which was multiple times voted the worst town in England. It's a high crime rate. It's a very bad area. My mother and father broke up, so I was in a single mother household. And now I'm a person of color in a single mother household. I'm also the only American at the time in Luton. And I had, again, repeat problems in school. I was picked on for being the only American. I was picked on for not knowing things I should have known because I hadn't been through the English educational system. I'd been through the American educational system.
Very different.
School again, but I stuck.
For those who don't know, for my American friends and people that don't know, yeah, 100% facts what he said just now. English education system, American education system, yeah, night and day. Shit's different. Because I'm Guyanese, you know, immigrant in America. And, you know, any Guyanese know that, you know, we colonized by the British. So, yeah, we grew up with the English version of education. Like, you know what I mean? Our school systems, like, yeah. You know what I mean? So that's if you say when... A lot of you don't know this little history about Guyana, but we're the only English-speaking country in that side of the of South America. Because there's a lot of Latin American, Latin Spanish-speaking countries on the side of the world where we are, but we're the only English-speaking South American country over there in the Atlantic Ocean on that side of the world. But yeah, we got that English. Don't get it twisted. You know, we speak perfect English grammar. Yeah, with a Guyanese accent. Yeah, but he's right. Very different education system, very different school system. Vastly different. Anywho, let's keep it pushing.
Got for myself. Fortunately, nothing got violent at any point. When people made fun of me, I stood up and said, "Listen, don't make fun of me. I'm from a different place, and I talk differently." And I always understood that standing up for yourself. I never went to the teacher. I never cried to anybody else. I just stood up for myself. And over time, people learned respect for me and my boundaries. And they were very respectful of me. And I had a very positive experience from then on out in school by simply standing up for myself. Because this is how I was taught to act. In high school, I ended up having a reputation of a guy that nobody really messed with. I certainly was no bully. Absolutely the opposite, but no one really picked on me. I actually had a friend in school who was gay. I had 5 main friends in school, and I was also friends with a gay guy. And he would make fun of me for being American, and I would make fun of him for being gay back then. But the world was a very, very different place. This is many, many years ago. And we had friendly banter back and forth, but we were very good friends, and I stuck up for him and prevented anyone else picking on him all of the time.
Don't
And
you
the
do
banter
that.
between
Don't
us,
you
the
stare.
locker room
Don't you lag on me.
which would be considered absolutely unacceptable today, at the time was very, very normal. And we had a great time. We were good friends. And I heard from him, actually, after this ban. And he said, you should
Oh,
mention the fact
no,
that
don't you
things
do
I say
that.
about you completely aren't true. And this leads me on to the reason I believe these narratives have
Funny you said that gay friend stuff, because to this day, I got a gay friend I grew up with back in secondary school back home. We all grew up together from my neighborhood. Gay as hell. Yeah, it's still my friend to this day. I mean, it's my friend from my childhood friend from secondary school, high school back home. So yeah, I ain't gonna say no names, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Knowing this dude pretty much all my life, over 30 something years already. So yeah, it's different times, man. And back then, like he said, you could say certain things. Now, he wasn't like bullying him, I guess, but we'd crack jokes and shit. But it's funny because back then we used to say weird stuff to him, but we didn't really know he was gay. But when we become adults and then we find out, when we check it, it's like, yo, he really is. He been gay. When I think back about a lot of stuff from high school, I was like, yeah, he been gay the whole time. But we used to just crack on him just to make jokes back then as kids, but not knowing he was for real gay the whole time. Anyway, it ain't about him. Let's listen to Andrew.
managed to gain such a foothold in popular consciousness. Due to the fact I've managed to develop an iron mind, because I'm probably the only individual on earth who can be vilified to this level without taking personal insult and without being emotionally affected, what I have done is I've allowed certain narratives to gain traction which I shouldn't have allowed to gain traction because they didn't personally bother me, because I know they are false. I live with a very, very pure heart. I'm a religious man. I go to church, and anyone who follows me in detail knows I donate huge sums of money to the church. And as long as I knew the truth of my heart and God knew the truth of my heart, I wasn't interested in lies being purported. I now understand that that's wrong, because even though I've done nothing wrong, even though it doesn't emotionally affect me, even though God and myself know of my innocence, the public consciousness has been polluted to a point where narratives are being purported which are absolutely and utterly false. And it's having a genuine negative impact on the people who I care about and the people who care about me. And despite the fact it doesn't emotionally affect me, as a man, I have a duty to protect.
Facts, yo. That's called slander, yo. What he talking about right there is called defamation of character. Like, when people just start slandering your name and just start talking stuff about you, people just start, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just basically, just like I said, just talking about you, slandering your name and stuff, yeah. We can slide this up because this, I just peeped and realized this is like an hour long, so we can jit it up a little bit, see what else is packed in there. But yeah, he's talking about a lot there, yo. But yeah, man, you can't be going around slandering people and talking people, and that's a lawsuit right there. You can get sued for that shit, bad talking people and telling lies and stuff. You know what I mean?
Just a game. And still, that video is being used and sent around the internet saying woman beater. If I said it was a game and she said it was a game, who are other people to then comment on our lives, our private lives, which got leaked, and tell us it's not a game? It was between two.
Yeah, I seen a little bit of videos. I saw a news clip where they said he got in trouble when he got arrested before for beating up his girlfriend, but come to find out, they said that's a kind of like some kinky stuff they was into. She said it was a game. That's the little kinky shit they be doing. But yeah, that's what he talking about right there.
Two consenting adults, and we decided to do something ourselves. And she has not come forward trying to accuse me of anything. So who are others to do that? That's just kink shaming, which that's all it is. So no women are accusing me of anything. No women are accusing me of misconduct. I champion women all the time. I say about how they should be protected, how beautiful they are, how much I love my grandmother because of the amount of children she had. My grandmother had 9 children. So there was my father and 8 more. They all had a bunch of kids, blah, blah, blah.
This is that Fresh and Fit clip.
My 93-year-old grandmother.
He was on Fresh and Fit.
A whole room full with maybe 7.
Yeah, I saw this one off of Fresh and Fit.
Isn't that remarkable? That nobody cared about her career. Nobody asked what job she did. Nobody asked how many times she went to the club. Nobody asked if she had time to go to festivals. No. You had 70 sentient beings, including myself, full of life from one woman who dedicated herself to being a mother and a good wife. That is beautiful. I talk about how women
Facts.
are unique and special and they can do things that men can't do. And still these clips are taken out of context. Let me give you an example. I absolutely not really love women. I have nothing against women. I believe women are the most precious things on the planet. They create life. They should be protected. They should be provided for. I would never let a woman pay for a bill. I would never let a woman, if someone touched any of my women, I would stand up against 10 men by myself and risk my life to protect her. I believe that women are beautiful creatures. I just don't think that they're as emotionally calm as men in stressful situations. I don't think they can fight like a man can. And for the same reason, I would never drop my children in an all-male nursery. I think that's strange and weird. I would only drop them in an all-female nursery. Women do certain things and men do certain things. Now, I believe
This guy's a problem, yo.
everything I said.
Andrew's a problem, yo. You see that? You see the expression on their faces. You see how they're sitting there in awe. Like you can tell, the society we live in again, man. You gotta, as a man, you gotta stand 10 toes on what you believe and what you stand for. Because if you don't, this society and females and this whole feminist stuff going on now, they try to railroad men for being men. But you see the look on their faces, like, oh my God. It's kind of like in awe, like, but at the same time, you can tell that they kind of turned on by that shit. It's weird, but you can tell, you can see the look on their faces, like, ooh, I'm telling you, man, even with all the nonsense they be talking about, they run around, they trying to have men act feminine and one men act a kind of way. Women love a masculine man, bro. Don't let them fool you young kids about this, you young dudes about this toxic masculinity is bullshit. Be a man, yo. At all times, be a man. Fuck the bullshit.
I believe in protecting women. I believe in championing women. I believe in making sure that women are provided for. However, that video was made when I was far less famous. In light of the things I just said to you earlier in this video, I understand that now, as my fame grows, even though to me my message is very clear, a man has certain roles in society, a woman has certain roles in society, and when we work as a team, when we love each other, society is better as a whole. I think that these
Facts.
things are not
Facts.
very controversial at all. I think they were mainstream
Facts.
a few years ago. I don't think that they're controversial. Most of the people I meet in the world don't think they're controversial. The women I hang around with don't think they're controversial. Nobody on the street I've ever met thinks they're controversial. Everybody agrees with me. However, the way I'm saying it, the way I'm getting the message across, because I'm trying to be as energetic as possible, I understand that a small, tiny percentage of people might misunderstand me. And that didn't matter when I didn't have any views. I didn't have any followers. But now I'm the most famous man in the world. I have to be a lot more careful with how I say it. But what's really worrying is this. That clip, I would like to think, even my biggest haters can agree, is a clip that is positive about women as a whole. Perhaps you may not like my tonality or the way I structured certain sentences, but as a whole, I'm saying positive things about women. At one point during that speech, I said women do certain things and men do certain things. That clip has been taken, that cut of my language, men do certain things, women do certain things. Somebody, I have no idea who, has made a TikTok where it says men do certain things, and it shows videos of me driving around in cars, spending money, and women do certain things, and it shows women cleaning. Women do certain things, and men do certain things.
That's the danger of social media, bro. That's the danger of social media right there. Cut and paste. You see how somebody cut and paste that shit and then spin the narrative to spin his words around? You see what I'm saying? That's what you call a sound bite. Like people take sound bites and just dress it up and Photoshop shit and put this person face on that person body or put that body with that face. And that's the dangers of social media, bro. I mean, it's a blessing and a curse. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, crazy, right? Yep.
Somebody off their own bat, somebody else has made that video. I didn't tell them to. I don't know who they are. I don't know what their account is. It's just viral on the internet somewhere. And now I look like I'm saying women should only clean and men should only run around with cars and women and money. I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all. I said that women should be protected and provided for. But because a small clip was taken out of context and used against me and weaponized, now I look like I've said things I did not say. And no matter how positive my message about women, if the intention is to try and make me look bad, even with a clip like that, they found a way to make me look bad. That's the scary thing. That's why I've titled this video My Final Message, because I don't know, even with my entire brain, I don't know with all of my genius intellect, if I can find a way for nothing to be used against me. It's extremely difficult. One line out of context has made me look bad, and millions of people saw that, and people didn't see the long format video, and they've deduced that I hate women.
I.e. Kevin Samuels. That's the Kevin Samuels syndrome, the Kevin Samuels effect right there. People was just watching 2 seconds, 2-minute clips, 2-minute snippets of his videos, and everybody run with, oh, who he think he is? Who is this guy? Why he talking to women like that? They never watch a full video, never watch people calling his show night after night after night with the crazy stuff they're talking about and the crazy conversation he having with them and the crazy mindset they have. People never watch full videos. They just watch 2 minutes, 1 minute, and they run with this assumption, or some of them never watch even a minute, never watch nothing, but they just hear other people talking about the guy and say they don't like him, and they just jump on the wagon and don't like him. Funny thing is too, I saw Eddie Griffin. I don't know if y'all know Eddie Griffin, the comedian, old school cat from the 90s. He did a clip about Andrew the other day. I stumbled upon a clip with him, and I don't know if he was in his house or he was hanging with his boys or whatever, but one of his boys is like, he brought up one of the dude behind camera, whoever, another dude was in the room, brought up Andrew's name, and he was like, you know, he said, yeah, man, this guy Andrew Tate. So Eddie, what you think about Andrew? And Eddie's like, he's a problem, right? So that was Eddie Griffin's response. Eddie was like, he's a problem, but Eddie was meaning that Andrew's a problem in a good way, meaning that Andrew's a problem for the society we live in because the way he speaks and what he believes in. He's like, Eddie was saying, yo, dude, is a problem for these people that pushing a certain narrative. But the dude in the room that was in the room with Eddie, when Eddie just first responded to him and said, yo, he's a problem, the dude was getting ready to go on a negative towards Andrew. But then when Eddie continued talking and started saying, yo, he fuck with Andrew and what Andrew's saying and what Andrew believing, then the whole tone changed towards, yeah, man, yeah. I say, yo, you see, people out here, people are peasants and followers, man. People not thinking for themselves. People ain't using critical thinking. He was just going off the dome. He's getting ready to go negative on Andrew. But then when he realized that Eddie was saying, yo, he's a problem in a good way, the dude whole demeanor changed and start like riding with Eddie now. Like, yeah, man, yeah. I was like, yo, people are crazy, man. But that's that soundbite thing and that little 2-minute shit. Like people just watch 2 minutes or just hear part of a story, and then they just run with a narrative and think that, yo, it's crazy, man. We live in a crazy world, yo.
Women should only clean. When really I was trying to stick up for and protect women and get my true views on women. And this comes full circle to the Instagram ban. I'm very understanding of why Instagram felt like it was necessary to ban me. I am not.
Yeah, they had banned him off Instagram too.
I'm a professional, and as a professional, I'm not an emotional person. I do not do emotional responses. Although I believe it's unfair, although I believe I've been unfairly vilified, although I believe it's not the right thing to do because it doesn't allow me to shift the public consciousness in a constructive manner, although I think it would have been better for them to say, Andrew, certain things are being taken out of context, You need to be careful that doesn't happen. A lot of people listen to you. And I could have become a champion for women's rights. I am not emotional. I understand why they did it. Because that's a perfect example of how people are desperate to try and make the things I say look worse than they are. And using social media platforms to purport negative views of women. And it doesn't matter if it's a negative view of a woman, negative view of men, negative view of a sexuality. It doesn't matter what it is. It should be stopped. I agree with that. And Instagram or Meta have a responsibility to show that they are listening to the public. They want to show that they are listening.
Facts.
I have some good people on the case, and dialogue with Instagram I would like to open, and we'll proceed as God sees fit. If God believes that I do not need an Instagram page, then I will not have one. If God believes that I do, then I shall. This is not just about Instagram. This is just me saying Instagram.
I didn't know he was this religious, talking about God and stuff. I didn't know that. I did not know that.
That clip of the cleaning and me being taken out of context has no benefit for me. Everyone dislikes me on the internet.
Yeah, one clip, one snippet of a song bite of what he said, and somebody take and spin the narrative. Like he said, the person put women in the kitchen cleaning with housemaid uniforms, and him driving car or whatever, But yeah, let's nudge it forward a little bit more. Like I said, this is a long video. We're not gonna do all that whole hour plus whatever. But yeah, excuse me. See where we going with the rest of it.
My personal life, as has my brother. However, my
Tristan
brother has a daughter.
Yeah,
She's
niece.
She's
Okay.
my niece.
Facts.
I don't want her to grow up in a world where women are hated. I don't want her to grow up in a world where men are oppressive and hurting women. Why would I possibly want that? I want her to find a strong man who can protect her, who can provide for her, who can make sure she's safe. But I don't want anything bad to ever happen to her. My own personal circumstances regarding family or something that are once again confidential. But I confirm to you that the last thing I would ever want is for women to be marginalized in the future. For
Yo, stop the blood clot buffering. Don't do this to me. We're running hard wire right here tonight. We're running hard wire. What we doing? We're running hard wire, yo. We're not doing this. No, we're not doing the white circumference. No, we're not doing that. We on hard wire, people. Huh. I might have to let this go because I'm not doing this. I specifically got a hard wire to run directly to my modem to do this type of stuff. Cause this is type embarrassing right here. Looking like my internet is some doo doo.
It's very unfair on them.
But you can't win with social, with
It's a great country.
technology. Win some, lose some, whatever. Let me shut up.
It's a
Talk.
great place. I live here because I love it. There's no other reason why I live here. They're a European Union nation. They have a strong legal system, just like every other country. And to sit here and say that, Romania is where you can rape people, that's very racist. And I don't understand why nobody is pointing out the fact that anyone who's saying that and believes that is purporting racial stereotypes. That's the first thing. The second thing is, my house was raided by police under accusations that a woman was being held kidnapped. I have spoke about this at length many, many times. I was effectively swatted. I think this happens to all famous people on the internet, where the police is called, happens especially in America. They call the police and say, somebody has got a gun at this address and he's threatening to kill somebody. And the SWAT turn up and it turns out it's fake. It happened to Tim Pool repeatedly. It happened to Aiden Ross just the other day. Being swatted is unfortunately one of the things that happens when you're famous on the internet.
Whatever troll did it. You officially did it.
Well, we got swatted yesterday. It's so upsetting.
Just right after my mom arrived.
Yo, this is... Yo, America's a real... America, yo. The longer I live in this country, the more I'm starting to see is I gotta retire back in my homeland, because this is not it, man. This is not it. It happens to every famous person, especially if you on some... If you're not the status quo, following a certain direction with a certain type of narrative, they always come at you. That's like right now why I think one of the reasons why he's locked up, Andrew, is because, they don't like what he's saying. So they got him on some BS. Now he's locked up right now as we speak, claiming that he's human trafficking and yada 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 and all this and that. Yeah, it never fails, man. You get famous or you move in a certain kind of way. This is what happens to you in this country. Like, it's wild, man. Shit is wild.
I was swatted. Someone made a call about me which was fake. The police responded, as they should. I would hate to live in a country where the police get a call that a woman's being held kidnapped and they don't bother going to look. That's not what a country should do. Absolutely, the Romanian authorities were exceptionally professional. I have nothing but positive things to say about them. They turned up professionally, turned up and investigated as they should. And they found out that it was completely false, that nobody was kidnapped, nobody was held against their will. I was not charged. I was not released on bail. I have no criminal charges in Romania, England, America, any country on the planet. I have no accusations against me for hurting women. And people are still on the internet saying, he's a human trafficker, the Romanian police are trying to get him in trouble for human trafficking. That's not true. That's not what happened. And I've said this many times, but people continue to ignore it and continue to purport the lie because that's how the internet works, right?
Yeah.
You just keep pushing the lie because it gets more clicks or because they personally don't
More
like
views, more likes, and you got a group of people agreeing.
I can
Yep.
sit here and be vain and arrogant and say they're jealous of me and my success and they want to find a way to drag me down. But that's beside the point. The actual point is, it's not true. And I was swatted just like anyone else was. And if I had actually hurt anybody, the Romanian police would have me in jail because they are a nation, a European Union nation, with a strong legal system, and they would lock me up. They have not done that because I am completely and utterly innocent. They investigated as they should and came to the correct conclusion that there's nobody here and this was a false call, a false alarm. It happens to lots of famous people. Happens all the time. The person who made the call about me threw in, instead of saying, I kind of think, if I analyze it, the people who make these police calls, right, the people who do the swatting, it's kind of country specific. In America, they make a call to the police and they say, he has a gun, he has hostages. They can't really say that in Romania because it's very, very unlikely. It's not likely to be taken seriously. So instead, they try and find something the police might believe. Oh, he's an American guy and he has his big house and he has a bunch of women trapped. It's a different story, but it's the same intention. For the police to turn up with
Facts.
And thankfully, thank God, nobody was shot, nobody was hurt.
He ain't lying about that. Yeah, same old song, different dance. Yep. Yep, same intention. Different tactic, but the same intention. Yeah, man. Yo, people are vicious, yo. People are something else. It's like you gotta move. You gotta mind how you be careful how you move in this society.
10 or 15 years ago is something I intimately understand, life and death. And it's not something I wish to revisit. I feel the hate around me was being accelerated to a point of danger for myself and my loved ones. So I'm very glad this happened because I feel like I now have a chance to tell the truth. And I also feel like the social media companies are very understanding of their responsibilities and will always reflect national consciousness. And as people understand the truth about me and my heart, their opinions about me will change also. You know, the Bible is full of redemption stories. So are superhero movies, right? The guy starts off bad and then turns good. Or the guy that you think is a bad guy turns out to be a good guy with good intentions all along. He was just misunderstood. I feel like the human psyche is very intrinsically understanding of these narratives and stories. I think people understand a redemption arc. They can understand when they retrospectively look back on certain events or actions or words, and with their new understanding of his actual intentions, everything looks different. They look back and go, oh, now I know who he truly is. I understand what he meant by that. Now I know who he truly is. I understand why that was said. And everything changes. I truly believe that this is a chance for me to move my social media purely to my charitable acts. Even if my Instagram is reinstated, it's only going to be about the Tate Foundation. There'll be no pictures of Bugattis anymore. Sorry, gentlemen. And it allows me to conduct my philanthropy in the physical world as opposed to so much in the digital world.
Dude is a philanthropist too.
It's an avenue change.
This guy all over the place, man.
God has chosen for me. And I'm happy with that. I really am not the type of person to take these things personally.
This dude really spread himself, man. He's into a lot of stuff, man. He's a philanthropist. Of course, he's an entrepreneur, social media mogul. He was into crypto and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? He was MMA, whatever. That's where I think where he started. And I'll see if I find some old videos with him on MMA and stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, he's all over the place, man. I would hate if this whole human trafficking stuff pan out to be some legit shit, but I just feel like, what I'm saying, based on how this world moving now with famous people and people like him, controversial people, it's like you can't help to think but that is some trumped up stuff, because that's the type of shit they do to people nowadays, yo. If you're not moving the status quo, you're not moving in a certain direction the way they want the rest of the world to move, they're coming after you, bro. Believe that. They're coming after you. It's like, you become famous and you know what I'm saying? They are coming after you. Anybody who been paying attention to what's going on out here nowadays know that this shit is real. It was a time when I was used to be skeptical with certain things. A lot of people say, oh, conspiracy theory and stuff. Yeah, but a lot of times, a lot of things nowadays is right in front of your face, man. You either choose to believe it or not. But these shits is right in front of your face, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's no denying it. It's no denying it. It's like you gotta believe that shit because it's real. It's no doubt that the shit is real. So, but yeah, man, I think I'm gonna go ahead and close this one off here. But this was a good little take on Andrew. Because like I said, he very controversial dude, man. Very controversial. You know what I'm saying? Because he into a lot, he doing a lot, he's all over the place. Of course, they can't deal with him because, he's not into what they're into. You know what I mean? And he just moving how he move. And they don't know what to do with him. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, they had to come after him. Like I said, I want to feel some trumped up charges, but we'll see at the end of the day. We'll see when they done investigate and they done decide, well, what is it exactly is going on. But, yeah, I'm going to try to keep a follow on this, and, y'all come down in the comment section, tell me if y'all watch him or pay attention on what's y'all views, what's y'all takes, you know what I'm saying, on his whole situation and what you guys think. Yeah, man, and we're just going to continue, you know what I'm saying? Continue to follow Mr. Tate and see where it takes us with Mr. Tate. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and just, wheel it out as usual. You already know how we do. And we can go ahead and do something like this since we got to end this. So y'all go ahead and drop me some comments in the comment section, man. Stay up with your boy. Y'all already know what time it is, right? Chronicles. Yeah, the saga continues. Ranks. Let's go. All right.